Hi guys, due to the massive backlog in the processing of asylum claims and the lack of available resources to deal with the continuous numbers of people arriving in the UK who make a claim, the Tory response has been to move those arriving on British shores into hotels. As we saw recently, the reaction from the public has been pretty bad, and I believe the Conservative government has a situation on its hands which could get dramatically worse very quickly as we head into the summer. The BBC Today programme spoke to a small business owner who has been affected by the relocation of asylum seekers into her area, and a journalist spoke about how a hotel in an affluent area has the potential to cause problems for the Conservatives.
And they rang me on the Thursday before the asylum seekers came on the Monday and cancelled all my weddings for the foreseeable. That's a huge amount of work and income to me. Me and my boys used to go swimming every Saturday there. I've got two little ones, and every time we drive past there, they want to go swimming, and unfortunately that's closed now. It was gutting. It was really gutting to me, to be honest.
Daniel Sanford, our Home Affairs correspondent, has been doing the work on this. Daniel, that's a consequence for that florist, which seems obvious when you think about it, but probably hasn't been appreciated much in the debate about all of this.
No, I think when these hotels first started being used in large numbers in 2019, they were often hotels on a motorway or by an airport, and the effect on the local community wasn't massively significant. But what's happened as this policy has doubled and then doubled again from 12,000 to 24,000 to 49,000 and now 51,000 people, and the numbers of hotels has gone up to 395 now across the UK, 363 of which are in England. The effect on the communities where these hotels are now opening up as fully block booked for asylum seekers is quite dramatic. Frederica's is a very stark example there. A significant bit of her business, plus the hotel there in Kegworth, is also really used as a leisure centre by many people in the town. But we also found one in Wiltshire, for example, where the hotel that had been booked by the Home Office was a hotel attached to a golf course and next to a retirement village. So there was this bit in the countryside in Wiltshire where you had a retirement village and a golf course, and then bang in the middle of that is a hotel housing more than 80 young men, mostly from the Middle East. And so it is having really quite a significant effect. And as I said, mostly in England, interestingly. Yes, there are 20 hotels in Northern Ireland, but only 10 in Scotland and 2 in Wales. So this is something that's having a significant effect on sort of small towns and villages in England.
Where are we currently, Daniel, on the time frame for deciding on applications? Because if people had a resolution and then they knew, for example, that they could go and work and they no longer needed to be housed, then that changes the length of time that they might be in hotels.
Yeah, I mean, the backlog is more than 160,000, so people are spending months in hotels, and that's one of the reasons why the number of people in hotels has gone so high. There are others, of course, that there are fresh arrivals almost every day, and so it's the numbers of people crossing the channel and the big backlog that means that people will spend months in what's called initial accommodation, which basically these days means hotels.
Wow, okay, so months in hotels. Now, is this neglect or is this by design? Because this has the potential to create a massive backlash from the public. And we saw recently outside Liverpool how the far right are now getting involved. And this is extremely concerning because Tory policies, austerity, cutting back on public services over the years have resulted in fewer asylum claims being processed, and it taking much longer to process those claims. The Tories have not put the resources necessary into the Home Office to deal with this. And what you're going to see is, I believe, a backlash. Now, what is the benefit to the Conservatives here? I don't know if there is a benefit. Yes, I've said on a number of occasions about keeping racists and bigots happy, but even people who support the Conservatives are going to look at this and go, who's in charge here? Why are all these people being put into our local community? And they're going to say, well, we need somebody who's going to resolve it. And of course, they're going to look at more extreme parties like UKIP or Reform UK. And, You know, all you need is somebody like Nigel Farage to go down to the example here where there's a hotel between a retirement home and a golf course, and speak with people there and point the finger at the asylum seekers, of course, but also point the finger at the Tory government, asking why aren't they doing something? What do you want? What sort of message do you want to send to the Conservatives? Well, don't worry, there's another party in town, the Reform UK party, who will quote unquote deal with this. Of course, the Reform Party will not deal with this. It's just grandstanding. But this has the potential to funnel more and more support into far-right movements, as we saw recently near Liverpool. The public are being told that these people are coming into the country, have no right to be there. You have members, asylum seekers who are in hotels who have nothing to do, 24 hours a day, nothing to do. So what do? They wander around the town, and then they interact with the public, and the public are not happy to interact with them. This has the potential to create a massive backlash. And unfortunately, I think a lot of the victims of this backlash will be the asylum seekers. But the Tories, I really don't know what they're trying to achieve here. Over the last number of years, they've cut public services, reduced the ability of the Home Office to process all these claims. And as you heard in this report, 170,000 claims in the backlog. That's not going to be cleared in 6 months or in a year or maybe even 5 years. So you're going to have, for the foreseeable future, huge numbers of people in hotels, in communities, and there are no resources available for them. And unfortunately, I see the only people benefiting from this being the far right. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.